So in this video we'll be discussing about the functions in Python, how they works and how we can define functions, how we can use, and also functions are very useful and everyone, especially programmers, computer science students, must know how a function works and how it takes place in memory and all that function related stuff, how parameters, arguments comes in play. So a function can be thought of as a programmer defined operation like built-in operators, and you can think it of like, let's suppose think of a TV remote. A TV remote has different buttons and each button performs you can say performs a function, or a particular task has been assigned to each button. Let's say if you press volume up button, it will increase the volume. Same way, if you press the decrease volume button, it will decrease the volume. So on pressing, you can think it of like we are calling the function, like we are pressing it. It means we want this to happen, this function to perform the thing which it can. In our remote example, if we press or we call the function of increase volume, it will increase the volume of TV. So the same is here. We just define a function and we do it in Python by def keyword, and then we'll just give a name of the function. Let's say we'll give add, and then we'll provide these two parentheses and then a colon. Now we have declared a function, not completely. Let's just say what it will do is it will print, let's say, function. Yep, we have declared a function, but now how we'll call this function? You're thinking that if we run the program, it will automatically run the function, but you see, output, there is nothing print function. It means it hasn't been executed. So how will we call a function? So to call a function, we just simply write print and the function name. That's it. And now if we run the program, you see, we get this function. Okay. And now let's just introduce the role of attributes or parameters. Attributes are the variables that we provide our function, with which a function performs tasks. For example, in this case, as our function name is add, we want two numbers to get add. For that, let's say we have numbers A as 10 and B as 20. But how will provide it to our function? Provide these number to our function. Simply in the parentheses, we just have to provide the parameters. Yeah, and also you can see that it got a mark over here. What does it mean? It will tell you. You see, it automatically detects that it requires two parameters. So we'll provide it with parameters A and B. Okay, and now instead of printing function, we'll write A plus B. That's what our function do here. So if we now hit run, there you go. You see, we got 30. So this function has printed A plus B. Actually, what happens is we provided the attributes A and B to this function, and this function inserted these inside this function body and return us with the value of A plus B. So pretty simple. And now let's just understand the flow of a function, how a function manages itself in the computer memory, and how it is different from this code of line, these code of line to these. So for that, let's just go to the whiteboard. Okay, on our whiteboard we'll discuss how flow function works. Let's suppose we have our computer, make it a straight one. Yep, we have our computer memory in this form. It has different type of memory. Okay, very difficult to draw, but we'll manage. Okay. Okay, let's so let's suppose this is our memory of computer. So our function is being stored somewhere, let's say this position, 100 position. There our function has been stored. Okay, and our main program that is outside the function, those a and b variables, and where we call our function, this is, let's say, somewhere here at 120. This is, let's say, our main program. So you see, in the computer memory, they are at different places. It means they can't interact with each other directly, so they need a medium to connect, to talk to each other, you can say. And what does that mean? That means they need to have what we have just watched, seen, parameters, and what we provided with them, a and b in our this example. Okay, so we initialize a and b here, and then we transform, what we call it, then we provided them to the function via function call. So simply it's just a give and take of attributes, and after that the function has given us the output, which is 30 in our case. So this is a very basic overview how function works in the memory. Basics of functions in Python. Hope you enjoy the video and get some insightful information. So see you in the next video.